What secular research shows, amongst many other things, is that the types of relationships that people have and who they compare themselves to tends to impact on resilience. So, for example, if I compare myself to people who are better off than me, I'm going to feel very easily discouraged by any difficulties that I encounter. Whereas if my relationships are with a range of people who, some of whom will be experiencing more difficult circumstances than me, people who are in contexts that are way more challenging than I'm experiencing, the impact on that is to create a perspective for me that in turn shapes my thinking about my own situation, which in turn shapes my reactions to those situations. So that's one way in which relationships impact on resilience. I think the way in which people interact with our difficulties has a huge effect as well. So if we're amongst people who just tell us that it really shouldn't be this way, that's really not very helpful to us. You know, that's awful, that shouldn't happen. That just makes us feel more of a victim in a situation. If we're amongst people who say, it's okay, the Lord has this, and the Lord is using you in these circumstances. For example, if we're amongst people who will pray with us through those circumstances and remind us of who we are in Christ in the middle of those circumstances, that fundamentally changes the way we relate to difficult circumstances and helps us to maintain and endure. And then just all sorts of other ways, the way we are perhaps cared for when we're not as able to care for ourselves, those kinds of things.